Morning everyone, Sunday 10th of November 2024, Remembrance Sunday, last day of the show. We were busy yesterday, lots of people on the stand and stuff, and didn't manage to get a video together. But here we are today, and what I'll do, as promised, is just take you for a bit of a walk round on as to what we've got here for other two-wheelers. So here's the old BSA stand, same as the last video you saw, the layout and stuff. There's Phil, National Secretary, on the left, and Mick Fern, whose bike that one is. Just hang on a sec, everybody. Come on, that was good timing, wasn't it? It's a great PA system here, nice and loud, just can't hear what they're bloody saying. Right, so we're in Hall 5 here, which extends all the way back and to the right. And then up to our left is the stairwell and walk through to Hall 4. I don't know if you've been here before, but the halls are arranged in a big sort of horseshoe around a concourse, which is through that door there. So sort of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if we went out that door there and walked straight across, we'd be in Hall 1, and the show extends across the whole lot. But what they call, there's a sign here somewhere that says, there it is up the top there, classic motorbike showcase and stuff like that. We're down here, as we have been for many years, in Hall 5. So the bikes are all to this way on. So if we walk down this aisle, on the right hand side, well, just behind me first, we've got the Myco Club. I quite like scooter side of it. My first two-wheeler that got me on the road was a scooter, but it wasn't a Lambo, which I did like. Certainly not a Vespa, which I don't like. But it was an ISO Milano, and I've never seen one since. Got me on the road, ran that for a few months before I got a motorbike, and sold it for £5. So this is the awfully pleasant scooter club, another scooter club at the end there, and lots of Quadrophenia lights. I must watch that film sometime. I've got the album, never seen the film. So opposite us, there's us there. Opposite us, we've got the Triumph owners, and obviously the Meriden branch. We've got a big selection of mainly twins on the stand this year. We do keep ribbing them a bit because one of the rarest Triumphs ever made is actually on the BSA stand. So we'll walk down here, but nice selection of bikes. First bike I ever restored in round about 1980 was T20 Cub, but it was a distributor one, 1962. This is later, points on the side, so this is 64 probably. Yeah, 64 I think. But in those colours, sort of candy tone, crimson, silver, grey seat. Yeah, I've always been a Cub man, me, rather than a BSA Bantam man. Anyway, yeah, real collection of, they're mainly twins. A couple more Cubs on the far side there, on the Triumph owner, so we had a good chin wag with them. And behind the BSA Owners Club stand, we've got the BSA Bantam Club and Bantam Racing Club. And they've always got good representation at this show as well. And you'll see some more in a minute. Never been a Bantam fan, I don't know why. But obviously sold, by the millions just about. But there was an interesting comment when I was featured on the Classic Motorcycle channel some time ago. and we were going through all the literature and stuff that I'd collected over the years regarding the 71 range. If you look in the equivalent of the power set leaflet for the UK, which wasn't called the power set, they've actually got a photograph, a black and white photograph in there of the 71 Bantam, and the guys at the Classic Motorcycle channel said, bloody hell, look how old-fashioned that looks compared to the rest of the range in 71. They didn't really advertise it at all, but they did make them, and I think the final batch of Bantams was a final batch for the post office in mid-1971. But I think they were manufactured at Redditch, the Bantams. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. So this is behind us. And then the other side of the Triumph owners, we've got the vintage Japanese Motorcycle Club. Basically the same sort of layout that they had at Stafford last month. And my first proper motorcycle, well, call it proper, after the ISO Milano scooter, and the motorcycle that I passed my test on was a Honda CD175A spine frame. So I've got a soft spot for some of the Japs. My brother had a CB450 Black Bomber. That was a great bike, and he lent me that to go around Europe on it and go to some of the TTs, Assen and places like that. And fantastic bike. And I would like to have seen one here, but there isn't one. But that was the bike that really stirred up the British bike market. Well, shocked it more than anything. After Turner had conceded the small bike market to the Japs, they then brought out the CB450 and they went, oh shit. Now on this club stand, Tamworth and District, I think this was here last year, the B50SS with its plate. So there you go, power set. Which reminds me, I haven't forgotten, I've got one to do. And as soon as the Jubilee Bonneville is off the bench, it'll be replaced by that. Right, so we'll walk around that, catch the far end of the scooters at the Walsall Collective. This is the Tamworth Club. And then in this corner, as always, you've got, they were Silverstone auctioneers, and they're now, last couple of years, have been iconic for all the bikes that were in the auction that was yesterday, I believe, for the bikes. I think the cars are today. And when we chatted to Mark at the beginning of the show, who's always been very good to us, who works for Iconic, he said that, well, there's not as many, I don't think there's as many this year as last, because they had a massive collection of Ducatis last year to sell off. But he did say there's 170 bikes here. So he said, that's enough. Right, so now we're on the other side of the vintage Japs, and then you can see in the distance there you've got the Bantam owners here, and we're behind them, the other side of that white gazebo, just to get your bearings. Now we've got a couple of additional clubs this year, I think. Oh yes, the Honda Turbo Association. So lots of CX550 turbos. So I've not seen these guys before. And then opposite them, I don't quite know what. Oh, this is the Classic Motorbike Showcase. Anyway, there's a nice row here of CB750s. So this looks like, yeah, 1970, so it is, yeah, K1, that's what I thought it was. Oh, it's for sale, okay, 11,500. Well, we were just saying about the CB450 fired the massive warning shots to the industry and then this came out, and they knew then they were in bloody big trouble. So this is a K0, which is, yes, so it's got the earlier side panel badges. So although it's the same year, built a bit earlier than that one, I believe. You know, still a quite nice looking bike, really. And you can see why, you know, the triples had a bloody, BSA Triumph triples had a hard time against these guys, but nevertheless did reasonably well. Let's have a look at this one. 20,000, crikey. Another K0. So they're all 1970 754s in good condition. I don't know why this one's more expensive. One of the first batch of 30. Okay. And then behind us Hondas, but I think primarily advertising track days, I think. Second to last one, Royal Enfield Owners Club. I'm not sure if they've been here before, I don't think I've seen them, but anyway, they've got a nice selection of bike, obviously from the modern Interceptor with sidecar. Obviously Enfield singles at the moment, there's a whole host of models in that range, the singles range, and they've got a nice selection of the vintage as well. It's Royal Enfield have got you know, just as much a heritage almost as BSA. And one that's been drawing attention is the lovely little, I presume it's a Continental GT. Yeah, it is, yeah. 1963. Now, I'm not well up on these, but I know that at one point they used to have a little sort of checkerboard seat cover, which were really nice, but don't ask me what year and how they distinguish the specs on each of the years. And then finally, I said that we'd see some more Bantams, because behind them is the other Bantam club, the Bantam Preservation Group. Now, I don't know whether it's the old adage that, you know, in the old days there was one Bantam Owners Club and different factions developed and they went their separate ways and formed another club. Anyway, another nice selection of Bantams, nice D1 at the front. My brother used to have one of those and restored one in red, white and blue colours. And my brother's actually had the opposite, I think, the optional dual seat, and the two of us, me and my brother, occasionally went out on this poor little 125 Bantam, but it did alright. But you know, the little spindly front forks and that, you just wonder how it took the weight, but it did. So yeah, so we've got a nice selection and presentation of Bantams here, and looking back up towards the other one, it's over there. So the Bantam's really well represented. So there you go. Hope that gives you a feel for the motorcycle section of the Classic Motor Show. I think they do call it now the Classic Motor and Motorcycle Show, is it? They have changed the name slightly to make sure that motorcycles are included, and they will be next year. And I think after all the years we've been down in Hall 5, which is where everybody knows that, they're going to move us up to between halls 2 and 3, be a bit more of the centre of the show, because the bike auction is moving up to where the car auction is, so they're putting everything together. Right, and there we are, back to our stand. So we'll finish it off then. We can get far enough back. with the showcase that we put together for the power set, which was requested by the club. And there we are. Right, that'll do. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Thanks as always for your interest, comments and any subscriptions. And we'll leave you with the very rare marketing poster which never really saw the light of day. Cheers everyone. Bye bye.